So let's see if this will work. Ooh, it looks like eye shine. It's not, but it looks like eye shine. That's just freaky. That's just freaky. Okay, let me see. All right, there's Andrew. So we've got Andrew. We've got Michael. All right, now let's see if we can do it this way. All right, now, so you guys, can you hear David now? Go ahead.
Hey guys, can y'all hear me?
There's such a lag on here. Yeah. Okay. All right. So go ahead, David. Let's wherever you were.
Yeah. It was on a multi-patch, the footprint, and then the conversation grew from there, and then I got really into reading up on Bigfoots and everything else, and I moved here where I'm at now, and it's kind of weird how I met it was on a Bigfoot page on Facebook.
Yep.
And we just struck up a friendship from there, and
ended up going to my property, and then ended up going to Falk. Falk was awesome. We had so much fun that night. You got to tell them what happened that night, David. Not when you got hurt, but just tell them what happened.
The first night, I can honestly tell you, that was something. The first night we got there, we were supposed to meet a bunch of people up there, and during the time we were all there, nothing. Anyway, the time me and Dee and her grandson was there by ourselves, it was the first night, and I heard something coming up to the. Well, let me back up. The first night I put the granola bars out, right?
Yeah, first night was granola bar.
First night was the granola bars. We set out 3, and I believe 2 were gone. The wrappers and all.
Yeah.
And that same night, it had to have been probably 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. I was still up, but something walked up to my tent. I seen, well, I know what it was. It was no doubt a Bigfoot. Walked up directly behind my tent, and I seen this big hand come down on the tent, and it come within inches of touching me.
Yeah, but it also put its footprint on the tent. Remember, it stepped down on the corner there.
Or where he stepped down on the corner, he left. There was footprints there directly. I mean, directly behind my tent.
That again is when you went D.
Yeah, it was pressed on my tent and it grabbed another D, and the whole time I had protection next to me, so but it wouldn't have done nothing to that thing. It had just made it mad.
We heard it run up earlier. Remember, I opened the window and I said hello, and I was calling because I thought one of the guys had come back. Because remember, a lot of them took off. They went to the woods and they were doing tree knocking.
That was that last night that we were there, because that night was when we got drowned.
Yeah, exactly.
The third night was the third or second night. It was the third night.
Yeah, it was the third night.
The second day I got hurt.
Yeah. It was the third night.
Third night, we walked around, and I got sick, so I went and got in the tent, and so did Dee, and we had a fire going right in front of our tents. Well, we seen the shadow of something running, and it was booking. There was no way it was like human or anything else, and the wind went by so quick it knocked down the log that we had packed up in the fire. And we thought it was initially somebody that was with us, and it was not. There was nobody around.
Yeah, they were all out in the woods with that killing Bigfoot team. Remember, knocking on trees, doing hoops and howls and everything else they were doing. So we stayed behind anyway because we didn't want to join them doing all that stuff. And we had more activity there. And then when everybody found out, when they came back and found out we had all the activity, they were mad.
Well, I had told them when we were walking around that night, when they started hooping and hollering and banging on trees, I said, one of y'all are going to tick one of these things off, and they're known to be violent.
Yep.
In fact, they're known to be violent because of all the stories. I said, y'all need to stop. And by the time that happened, a small rock hit me in the back of my foot or on my shoe. And I said, guys, I just got a rock thrown at me. Y'all better stop. Y'all are going to make it mad.
Yep.
And the next thing you know, when I see a big, something I couldn't pick up, and I'm a big guy, I couldn't pick up this rock. And you see it flying in the air, and it hit the swamp, within feet of it. I said, okay, guys, I'm going back to camp. And they went off with all the killing Bigfoot folks when I left.
Yeah, Gabe stayed with them.
At that time, I do talk to one of the guys that was with killing Bigfoot. We have a mutual understanding that we don't agree with one another.
Yeah.
And there's nothing to it. Every once in a while we talk. Because he'll ask me if I had any experiences, because I go fishing at different lakes that are known for Bigfoot activity in the areas. So that's how that trip went out. We got drowned and we went home early.
Yep, and they all stayed. Remember the video we watched of them? They were all standing, hunkered all together in that one little teeny tiny tent, and they were being, everything was floating away. I'm so glad we left that day. Oh my gosh, it was horrible. Okay, so fast forward to when we came to my property, and tell them what happened when we tell them about your snake.
Oh, you gonna make me tell them that story?
I'm gonna make you tell them that story because that story's the best. I love that.
Guys, I am known for not liking snakes. I've been bit by a snake. I don't like them. I can't. Well, I think it was the second time I was at the property.
Yeah, it was.
One of the dogs was raising Cain. Just barking and barking and barking. And I knew that there were rattlesnakes in that area. I knew, without a doubt. Seen pictures of snakes. Anyways. So I'm going and I'm trying to see what the dog is barking at. And there is a rattlesnake just coiled up, rattling. And I start screaming. I'm running in place. I don't, and I said a few what they call naughty words. I said some bad words, and I didn't know what to do. I panicked. Well, we finally got it to leave us. Well, that sucker comes back around, done a U-turn on us, with its head up, coming directly at me. It was aiming for me.
It was too.
Those other people around, it was aiming for me. Well, we finally, he's shooting at it, shooting this, and it just keeps coming at me.
I have never seen a rattlesnake do that in my life. I'm on one side, Lizzie's on the other, the dog's on the other, and that thing beelined it right between us and headed right for you, straight up, and hits the head straight up in the air. That was weird.
Finally, I threw some rocks, and it kind of turned around and went back. Well, I found a big rock. If you remember this, I said, I don't know if I could hit it, but I'm throwing it.
You did.
And I did not know how far I was going to throw it, but it was a big rock.
Well, you got it in the tail. Yep, you got it.
I hit it, and it took off, and that was the last time I seen a snake there, but that snake scared the snot out of me because it was coming for me.
Yeah, it was a 6-footer. It was a pretty big snake.
Yeah, it had to have been 6 foot at least.
Yep.
It was big. Yeah. And then the last time we went, we heard that roar.
Yeah, it was the first time. That was the first time I've ever heard that roar. That was incredible. All of us just looked at each other.
I didn't say that that first time we was there, that I went up there, I seen the shadows of them walking past where that window is.
Well, yeah.
Where I was sleeping.
Yeah.
Well, that last time I went up there, this thing roared, and it rattled me, because, it was loud. And I knew it wasn't me dreaming, because I had asked, directly after that, did you hear that?
Yeah.
And it was something. I don't know what it was after, or what it was warning, or what.
I don't think it had anything to do with us, though, David, because I've never heard that all the years that we've been there. I've never heard that before, so that was really strange. But wasn't that weird? Wasn't that weird?
Oh yeah, it was weird. It made me feel a little uneasy.
Quiet, Rick.
That's the first time I felt uneasy with Bigfoot encounters, and I've had a few. So
yeah. Okay, now does anybody have any questions before he goes on with his new story, with his new little encounter his new encounter that he had? I can't wait. I can't wait for you to tell him that. I'm so excited. But does anybody have any questions for David before we go on? I'll wait because we have a lag. And I don't want to. Hi, everybody, by the way. This is David. Nope. That egg can't rub off on me. We're too much alike. Well, kind of. Yeah, sort of. Okay, no one has any questions. So, everybody's ready for David's story? His encounter? What happened, Amanda?
Oh, my Lord. Okay, I fish a lot of fishing tournaments. Well, not this year because of the flood that it killed us. But we were at Lake Washita outside of Mount Ida, Arkansas. And I know, because that's roughly around the area that I was living in when I had my first encounter. I knew that they were there.
Yeah.
But I was not expecting what would happen. Anyways, I told the guy that I was fishing with, I want to try this cove out. And he's the boater, I'm a non-boater, I'm a co-angler. And he's like, okay. And I knew in my previous time fishing in that area that cove was known to hold some decent bass. So we're fishing and we're catching fish, and next thing we know, I hear a tree knock on one side of the cove, and on the opposite side of the cove, I hear another tree knock. So I'm going, okay, this is going to get interesting because I don't know what's going to transpire. We're still fishing, and I'm looking. I'm glassing around because I know that they're in that area, and with the tree knock, obviously, because there's no houses anywhere around that area. So I'm glassing. And finally, I see what I want to say was close to 12 foot tall. He was huge. And he was about 20 or 30 yards off the bank and was about 50 yards away from it.
Wait a minute. David, wait a minute. What? 12 foot?
12 foot.
Oh, my word. Okay, sorry, go ahead.
12 foot. Anyways, because I knew I played sports basketball, against the goal. I knew how to roughly guesstimate on. Anyways, I'm telling the guy, okay, we need to back out of this cove right now. He's like, no, we're catching fish. I said, do you not see what's down there? And at that time, I'm nearly on my belly looking directly at this thing. And he has done walked up to the bank. And I'm going, we need to get out of here. And by the time I get the width of the bank, like wet, old, dying deer smell. And I'm going, we need to ease out of here. And I go, do you not see that? And I'm, like I said, on my belly looking. And he starts screaming obscenities, just screaming crazy. And I'm telling him, get down, stupid, get down. And at that time, I'm still paying attention to him, watching where he's at, because I know what he can do. My buddy doesn't know what he can do, because he's never experienced anything like that. So I'm steadily looking at him. To me, it looks like he looked at me and then turned his head like he was curious, looking at me. And I kind of turned my head looking at him, and then he fixated on my buddy that was behind me. And there's no doubt that he was looking at me at first, because you could tell when he snapped his head to the side looking at him, like, oh, crap.
Uh-oh.
Dude, get down, get in the seat, let's get out of here. And he's still screaming, and he's bowling up, and I'm telling him, oh, my God. And, of course, at that time, I knew something was going to happen, because then at that time, the Bigfoot was in the water. I'm going, we need to get out of here. And by the time my buddy finally, he clicks in his head, oh, man, we need to leave. And he gets in his seat and whips around and cranks it and whips it around. And by that time, the way he punched it, I'm in the back of the boat looking at the Bigfoot, and the Bigfoot was reaching for the motor.
Oh, my gosh.
At that time, and luckily he didn't catch it because I catch the boat.
Excuse me.
But the whole time we fished, he would not talk to me. Only thing he said to me was, why? And I said, because you wouldn't get down, and he was being stupid and not listening to me. And he said, but you're in the boat. Why me and not you? I don't know. That's for you to ask the Bigfoot. And that happened at 10 o'clock in the morning, and we fished to 3. That was the last thing we said to one another the whole tournament. When we went to leave, he would not talk to me. He couldn't talk. He was stuttering. And finally, I said, dude, just don't even talk. Don't even try to talk with me. And I've tried calling him, and he will not answer his phone. He won't answer my text. He will not. I don't know what's going on with him, but he was scared senseless, and he had a right to be, because that Bigfoot was after him. I have no doubt about that. He would have left me alone.
And you guys just took off in the boat?
We took off in the boat, and the whole day he was looking over his shoulder thinking that they followed us. Because there wasn't just one. There were 2 or 3. I seen more. There were 2 or 3 up on the left side and 3 or 4 on the right side.
You think maybe it wanted your fish?
I don't know. I know that there's not any houses in that area within a mile of that area, at least. And I have a feeling that it was mad because we were in its area fishing.
Yeah.
I think it could have happened to anybody, but it just happened to us because we were at the right place and as my buddies at the wrong time, because I knew how to act. I just knew.
Yeah, if they're looking at you like that, your best bet is not to look at them and just turn around and go about your business. But with his buddy screaming like a banshee, I'm sure that football had a heart attack.
I know that Bigfoot felt threatened. I know without a doubt.
Yeah, and Brian, this happened in the daytime.
Yeah, this happened at 10 o'clock in the morning. Now, mind you, it was overcast. It was supposed to storm that day, and it didn't. But it was during the daytime.
Wow.
I don't know. I don't know. It's springtime, maybe. That's during
the
time that they have babies.
Yep.
And we just got in their territory, and we wasn't there. I think we caught probably 10 to 15 fish in that cove before everything happened.
Wow.
And I think it was mad that we were just in his area, and he felt threatened because of my buddy. So, yeah, this was...
Well, David, did you ever talk to him about before? Did you talk to him about Sasquatch? I mean, do you know if they're...
I told him he's one of those that, and you don't believe. He goes, well, now he believes, but surely he does. But I said something like, okay, you know where we're fishing at. There's been multiple sightings, and it's been documented sighting. He's like, sightings of what? I said, Bigfoot. He's like, yeah, whatever.
Okay.
And he brushed it off. And the whole time that all this is happening, while we're fishing, and he's stumbling over everything the rest of the day, I'm laughing at him. Because, I mean, I guess I'm a jerk, but I was laughing at him. Because he wouldn't listen, and he brushed it off like I didn't know what I was talking about. He's an older gentleman.
Yeah.
He's old enough to be my granddad.
Uh-oh.
But, you know, it's one of those things that he's probably going to tell them that he don't want to fish with me anymore.
Yeah, I bet you he does. This happened in Arkansas, right?
Yeah, this was in Arkansas.
Okay. Just making sure. Well, that's crazy. That is absolutely wild. You know, there seems to be
At that particular moment, I was a little scared because, I mean, something that big rushing in the water towards you, kind of go, whoa. And
What do you mean a little scared? I'd be paddling with my hands if I didn't have a motor.
well, I didn't feel threatened. It's one of those things that I'm the type of person, if I don't feel threatened, I'm not going to overreact. I mean, I've seen a lot of things in my life. Me and you've had this conversation, so...
Yeah, I know.
I know when to overreact and when not to worry about it. I for some reason, I didn't feel threatened at all.
Well, yeah, because he apparently, like you and I had talked, apparently it was your buddy that he was fixated on and not you, so...
Yeah, and I don't know why. He was fixated on him before he went to screaming and hollering. He never gave me a look as being threatened or... I mean, he looked at me in curiosity, but he did not look... His look at me was a world different from the look that he was giving him the whole time. So, I mean, I was watching him. I seen him, and he was watching my buddy. And then I guess he caught me and seen that I was down on the boat looking at him. And I guess he took that as I was submitting to him. I don't know. I really don't. But
yeah, it's hard to explain.
I know when to hold them and know when to fold them. And I wasn't trying to mess with it.
Yeah.
I've read on stuff that when people do that, they take that as a sign of respect. I don't know how much truth that is, but obviously it worked this time because he was not after me.
Yeah. Well, we discussed that when we were on the property about respect for these. If you feel like you're being intimidated, you just don't look at them, and you just slowly back out, and usually they'll back off. I mean, anybody who's going to stare them down and like you would another animal, another predator, if you stare them down, you're taking chances. But with these guys, I wouldn't take any chances, so I would just slowly back off.
I kept telling him to, and I don't know if it didn't sink in that this thing is twice as tall as what we are, and or plus, the guys was he's roughly 6 foot. But
What color was it? What color was it, David?
it was a dark brown. It was almost so brown it was black.
Just like Boo, yeah. Okay.
But I mean, it was close enough. I think the facial features, it was almost. A lot of people say they look like gorillas, and that one did not. It looked like a massive human face, is what it looked like.
So it didn't have a cone head? Did it have a cone head?
No.
No, that's it. Yeah, Boo either. I was wondering about that. I'm wondering, and I've asked, and that's one of the things that I keep asking people when I talk to them about their encounters. I'm really curious to know if this entire area between Arkansas and Oklahoma, whether they're all coned head or all it looks like a head was placed on top of the shoulders.
Well, it had a elongated skull. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It wasn't a cone up top. It was just an elongated head. I'm not saying that it was an alien head ball. I mean, you know better than that. It was just kind of an elongated head. Looked like it just looked elongated.
Well, the one I explained to you in Honaby, where it looked like it was bending forward because it looked like its skull was longer in front than just being like the conehead ones. You could,
right.
if you pushed it forward, then I guess instead of pushing it forward, if you put it straight up, it might look like it had a cone head. But the way that their heads bend forward when they move, it doesn't look like they have a cone head, but it looks like an elongated skull. That was the one I saw in Honaby too. I saw the same thing in Honaby.
So, and the other ones, they wasn't as close. Those, they were 50 yards up in the woods. They was up on I was in where the cove is. It's in a holler.
Yeah.
So they were up on the river. That's what I was trying to say. They were up about 50 yards up, but I could see them. I just couldn't get a good enough view of them that I could see their faces or anything. I seen their bodies. They were trying to hide, but I was at an angle that I could see them to an extent. I knew that we were surrounded on 2 sides.
Wow. Do you know if that one was a male that came after you?
What?
Do you know if that was a male that came after you?
Oh, yeah, it was a male.
Okay.
No doubt about that.
Okay. Did he vocalize at all?
Do what?
Did he vocalize at all?
Well, there was a growl, yes. He didn't roar like I thought he would. And he might have been just trying to scare us out of there,
Yeah.
I don't know. But I stayed calm through the whole thing. Now, I guess my nervousness hit after we were done because all I could do is laugh.
Yeah.
For the whole situation.
Do you know how much? Tell me approximately how much you think he weighed.
Over 9.
Wow.
Okay, you can, body-wise, you know who Hulk Hogan is. Everybody in the world knows who Hulk Hogan is. In his prime, he was 3 or 4 times muscular than what Hulk Hogan was.
Good grief.
In his prime, he was freaking massive. I wouldn't have tried doing what my buddy done. There ain't no way in the world. I'm just smarter than that. The only thing that saved us was there was no land behind us. It was all water.
Yeah.
So he could whip the bass boat around, and I know we get over 80 getting out of there.
Gosh. Oh my gosh. That's
because
crazy.
It was, kind of shallow, so I'm lucky that we didn't hit because Washita has some underlying trees,
Yeah.
and I'm real fortunate that we did not hit one of those, because if we would have, I would have been in the hospital, because he was going out of control fast, and he was trying to get out of there.
Yeah, people don't think when they're scared, but
You're right.
someone asked a question, wants to know if you've ever experienced mind speak.
Any what?
Mind speak. Have you ever experienced mind speak?
I don't know what that is.
Where you hear it and where you hear them talking in your head.
Oh, no.
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 Yeah. Okay.
No, I've had dreams, but that's different.
Yeah.
With,
Go ahead.
now, I've heard of people that have had something like that, and it was in Virginia, West Virginia area,
Yeah.
that they felt like they kind of zoned out and didn't know what they were doing, and then when they came to, they were 3 and 4 miles away from where they initially was.
Wow.
But
I don't know.
I don't know where to believe that or not. Well,
Yeah, there's a lot of controversy about that. There's some people that have it and some people that don't, and some people think it's a frequency thing, and some people think that it's there's a lot of controversy about it. You know, I don't have an opinion on anything yet. You know, it's very hard for me, the type of person I am. You know, if I'm standing outside and I get a thought in my head, I automatically think it's my brain. If I ever experienced mind speak, I couldn't tell you I did, but it's, you know, because I always think it's me. You know, I mean, I've never had that. I've had dreams before, and the dreams have come true. You know, but I can't say that it's one-on-one with Sasquatch. I don't know anything about that, so I'm not gonna call anybody a liar. I'm not gonna say I disbelieve it. I'm not gonna say it's a hoax or it's stupid, because there's things that we just don't know. And learning just about, I mean, me, the type of person I am, you couldn't have convinced me that Sasquatch existed years ago. I would have thought you were stupid, you know. So, and I've learned some serious lessons since then. So I'm not about to call anybody a liar. So I hope. I hope.
Well, I've never said that either, and I know I've been asked by several people if I know all the names to the Sasquatches. Because I mean, I talked to my kids about it and everything else, and they ask all kinds of questions. But the only ones that I know is what I've read about and what the Indians call them.
Right. Exactly.
And because there's some that's called the Cherokee Devil, and then they call him the Grass Man, and so forth, and so forth, and so forth.
Yeah.
And there's a jillion different names for them. So.
Yeah. Well, what about infrasound? Have you ever been hit by an infrasound? Where you feel sick, or you feel, you know, like you've lost time or anything like that when you're out in the woods?
Now,
he's always armed.
I feel like stuff has followed me, but lost track of time. No. I've been in woods that, well, I take that back. I guess so, because there was the time that I'm talking about that I felt like I was followed.
Right.
Me and a high school friend went deer hunting, and I could have swore that we had been out there 2 or 3 hours, and we had been out there all day, and it was starting to get nighttime. And he was in one place, and I was about a quarter of a mile to the other, because I was shooting a rifle and so was he. And as it was getting dark, I turned around, I looked at my watch, actually my phone, the watch on my phone. I was like, where did it go? You know, I felt like I just sat here.
Yeah.
And while I was coming back, it felt like I was getting surrounded by something, but I never seen it.
Yeah.
I could hear it walking while I was walking, but when I stopped, it stopped.
Yeah.
And it was thicket all the way around. So it was only a trail in the middle of it.
Yeah.
And that's what I was walking straight through the middle of a thicket.
Yeah.
And I couldn't see nothing.
That's weird.
That's weird. That weirded me out. But I didn't think anything of it. I thought, well, maybe I fell asleep, sitting down, because we had blinds on the ground, so maybe I fell asleep. I don't know.
Yeah, well, Lizzie and I had gone out just videotaping and stuff like that, and we had left Sandy chopping wood, and we went out, and I swear we weren't gone longer than, and this is the gospel truth, I swear we weren't gone longer, because my video was only 30 minutes, but when we got back, Sandy had asked me, where we were, and I said, we just went for a walk back down there, and she said we were gone for almost 2 hours. I don't know how that happened when I only got 30 minutes of video. So I know Lizzie and I were paying attention to other stuff, but I didn't know where 2 hours went. Of course, you can just kind of you know how I am. I just wander off, and I'm not saying that had anything to do with it. I'm just saying you can easily lose track of time. But I have 2 questions for you. One, someone asked, I think Matt asked if you were armed.
If I was what?
If you were armed, do you have a gun on you?
Oh, in the boat?
Yeah.
Or when?
In the boat.
In the boat, no.
Okay, and the other
No,
question is somebody asked, and I can't remember, I'm sorry, but someone else asked, have you, or will you, or have you ever gone to that cove before?
Yeah, I fished it before and never had any problems.
Okay, all right.
I knew that there were fish in that cove.
Okay.
I caught one of my biggest bass in that cove, so.
Fish stories. We can hear fish stories if you want to hear fish stories. Anyways, anybody else have any questions? Say them now before we continue talking, because I can only see 3 on a screen now. They're going by so fast. People are asking questions and talking. I don't know which one's which. So I've caught a couple of them, but I'm not sure which ones, if I've missed anybody. Anyway, so you're going to go back to that cove, will you not?
Yeah, I'll go back to that cove and fish if I'm fishing with somebody else. I know he won't go back.
I'll go back with you. I'll go back with you, David. I'll go fishing with you out there.
That's the first experience that I had there, and I want to say I know for a fact it's the first time I've seen one come after somebody in that way. And I know if I would have been, I felt safe. It's really strange for me to explain how it felt, because like we've talked before, I know, I don't know if you said it before, I know you said it to me, but with Native Americans, they're kind of, they show themselves more,
Yeah.
I guess you'd say, because you've had people come to the property that didn't do nothing. But the first day I was there, I seen something.
Yeah, I think like you and I talked before, and a lot of us here in the chat have done, I really believe that once you've seen them, you'll see them multiple times. It's almost like a familiar thing. And they know that you've already seen them, so they're not as apt to stay out of your way unless they're just aggressive and want nothing to do with you. But Rayetta, he did say that they heard tree knocks before the sighting. Anyway, I just think it's a familiar thing, whether you're a child and don't remember it, or you're in an area where you came to visit your grandparents and they watched you from a distance, and then you grew up and came back and had an encounter. I think it's a familiar thing. I think that, honestly, once you've seen them, or if you're that type of person where they want that conversation or they want that interaction with you, and this is not set in stone. I'm not an expert, it's just my opinion, 100% my opinion, but I truly believe that they pick you, whether it's you're from a Native American background or not. It doesn't to me, it doesn't really matter. There's just something about certain people that attract them. I don't know if it has anything to do. I don't think it has anything to do with blood types or anything like that. Because I know D. Doss kept saying RH negative, but I'm B positive, so I have nothing to do with that.
I think my deal is every person has a different aura about them.
Yes, exactly.
If you come with a clear conscience, not volatile state, I feel like that they won't do what happened to my buddy.
Yeah.
I was calm the whole time because I had, I knew that they were real. I knew how to react. If I would have stood there, I mean, I'm broader than my buddy is, so if I'd have stood there and just looked at him, yeah, it might have been coming at both of us, but I was down on the floor of the boat.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know, but I don't know. There's different ways to look at it.
Yeah, I'm sure. I still believe just, it's hard for you to put yourself in the same category, and say, okay, I know I'm good-hearted. Well, I can say I'm good-hearted, but, I have a not-so-good side, too. So, we're all capable of the good and the bad. So I don't know if it's timing. I don't know what it is. I don't know. My intentions are pure. I mean, as far as the woods are concerned, I go out there. If I find a cigarette butt on the ground, as God is my witness, that cigarette butt's going in my pocket until we get back to the RV so I can throw it away. I can't stand people littering in the forest, And when I sit out there, I just sit out there. I don't go hunting for them. I don't go looking for stuff. I just sit out there. I love being out in nature. I love listening to all the sounds, I can pick up bones off the ground and teach the grandkids what they are and look at stuff, but I don't break stuff. I take the trees that are busted down, for our firewood most of the time, all the trees that got knocked down for our cabins, of course that doesn't count, but that gets burned on the pile. But I just really believe that there's something about the person that the Sasquatch wants you to be seen, or they want to be seen, or they'll want some kind of interaction, because otherwise, I mean, look at how long we were here at this property and I got nothing. I never even thought about it. I mean, this is before I even heard of Bigfoot. I mean, I've been on this property, almost 20 years, and I never once even thought about it. But as soon as I started having the interactions down there in Honabi and on the property, I come back here, and then all of a sudden, boom, I'm getting activity here too. So it's very hard to just collectively say this is why this happens or this is why that happens. We don't know. We just don't know. And
I will tell you the reason why I feel like they're territorial is because right before I got into the bass fishing real heavy, like I have, when I was studying on the Bigfoot and reading stuff and going to your property, and we were talking about, I had a game and fish person on my Facebook, and we were talking back and forth, and I had asked her, I said, have y'all had any reports of Bigfoot activity? And she said she wouldn't tell me the name of the guy. She wouldn't tell me nothing other than it was down in southern Arkansas, plus Louisiana. The guy was hunting, and he called Game and Fish and the police department because something was throwing rocks at him in his tree stand. Well, by the time they had got, he had supposedly fell out of the stand and was beaten to a bloody pulp. He didn't make it. And he was out in the middle of nowhere. I mean, nowhere. So, and he had told them that it was Bigfoot throwing stuff at him, limbs and logs and rocks. and he hung up the phone. He didn't stay on the phone with them, and by the time they got to him, he was dead. So, I want to say it was towards Falk area, but I'm not sure.
Huh. Okay, Annalise says, Amanda, that's a great question. What question did Amanda ask? Because I didn't see it, sorry. Hold on a second, hon. Well, we're gonna plan that, that trip out there to Mount Ida.
Yeah, we're going to have to, because I know they got campgrounds out there, and I can't, now, I've never been in that cove off of land, because, I mean, there's no houses around, so I've never went investigating in that area. So I don't know if there is a campground close to it or not, but I'm sure I can point on Google Maps or whatever. We can get there. It's just, I don't know if it's passable by vehicle or how we're going to get there.
Huh.
But I want to go in that area.
Yeah, I'm going to do some research before we do, because last I heard, the last two, encounters that were posted about that area was DM, and I don't really think I want to go there if there's DM in that area. As far as Amanda, her question, she was wanting to know if the ascension shift has anything to do with the Sasquatch. If that's the way it is, I'm sure it affects everything. I mean, everything. So, I wouldn't put anything past it. It is a really good question.
Yeah, we need to plan a trip, yeah.
Yeah, but I'm going to do, like I said, I'm going to do some research first, because as far as I know, the last two were DM encounters, so I want to make sure that is that area specifically, because I do not want to go there if it is.
And honestly, it wouldn't surprise me.
Well.
But, you never know. I don't know. I do know that there are some deep caves.
Yeah.
In that area.
Oh, yeah.
But that area also is like your property. It has some great big rattlesnakes.
Yeah. Well, I'm not worried about the rattlesnakes, David. You're worried about the rattlesnakes.
Don't do snakes.
Well, just make sure you wear your snake boots and you'll be okay. You still have your walking stick?
I went to the house.
Oh, well, I've got your walking stick then.
It wasn't finished, but yeah.
Okay.
At your house.
Yeah, I think I've got 3 or 4 of them still here. I haven't gotten to that. There's so much that has happened since the last time you and I talked. So,
I
we'll
don't
have
have snake boots yet. I have those gators.
Yeah, well, you need to put the shields in front then, and you'll be fine. But other than that, I want to thank you very much for coming on here and sharing your story with us. I think it's if weather permitting and finances permitting, we need to go out and do a couple of expeditions. There's a lot of people in Oklahoma and in Arkansas that are out there that are by themselves. So maybe we can kind of hook up but I think the next trip we'll go to. I know I'm going up to the property. Kevin's supposed to be coming up, and we're going to go up to the property, and then weather permitting. But after that, we'll definitely hook up and see what's going on in Mount Ida, and see if we can't do a weekend expedition up there.
Sounds good.
All right. Well, thank you again very much, David. I will be contacting you in a few. As soon as I get off my live chat, I'll go ahead and I'll text you, and we got a lot to talk about.
All right, sounds good.
All right, thank you, everybody. I appreciate it. Say good night, David.
Good night. Thank y'all for listening to me ramble on.
All right, I'll talk to you later, hon.
Alrighty.
All right, bye.
Bye.
Okay, guys, hold on. I'll be right back. Hold on. Okay. Well, that was fun. What'd you all think? And Ronnie, as soon as I get back to YouTube, I will make you a moderator. Yeah, what I'd like to do is once I figure out how to do this, I might invite a couple people on and have them tell their stories. It was pretty awesome. David's a really great guy. He's, like I said, he's been to the prop with me a couple of times, and he has a really good disposition, you know, really quiet. I'm the hyper one, he's the quiet one, so when he freaks out, he really freaks out. But it's awesome, you know, I mean, it's absolutely awesome. We started to tell you guys, but he was laying where my table was. I had to break down the table, and he laid on there. So he was right underneath that 4-foot window. And that night, I hear, Dee. And I said, what? And he goes, oh my gosh. And I was like, what's the matter? And he said, it just walked past the window, because I asked him if he wanted me to close the window and the blinds, and he said, nah. So the blinds were only open about maybe 4 inches, but the window was closed, and he said it blacked out that entire window. That's a 4-foot window, so when it walked by it, it really wigged him out. But David was on, I don't even know what episode it is, 57 or 50 or something like that on Vic Cundiff's show. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was Boo. And then what he didn't say, hi Kathina, and hi everybody else, sorry I couldn't respond. But what he didn't say is that day that he urinated on the back is the day we got that rank smell. And he said, he started laughing after he got back, and he said, well, I'll never do that again. Alright, so how many encounters? Let's see. 2 in Honabi, 2 face-to-faces on my property. I've seen Boo multiple times on the property, so I don't know, plenty. I've had plenty of encounters. But face-to-faces, or what happened to David, has never happened to me. You know, when we were in Fouke, that thing stepped on it actually stepped right by David's head. And he was freaked out. I don't know what it was reaching down to grab, but I think, you know, in the tent you have the tie downs? Well, I'm pretty sure that he was reaching down to pull that tie down off. But, well, this is going on 4 years. So, anyways, I'm so excited. Anyways, I'm glad David's back. You know, he disappeared for a while. We kind of stay in touch via Messenger. We say hi once in a while, ask how everybody's doing. And but his wife was really sick, so he just kind of backed off the whole thing. And his wife's a non-believer. So, night, Ronnie. But anyway, yeah, I'm going to see if we can plan a Mount Ida trip. And we can't do it in the heat, because I want, you know, hubby to go with. So, I squared, D squared. Anyways, I really enjoyed it. I hope you guys all enjoyed it. It was fun. I might do that again. I just got to figure out how to do it. You would not believe, after all that with the computer, I had to go back to my phone, set up my Streamlabs on my phone in the window, and then have my husband's phone and put it on speaker. Oh, it's too funny. I am so blonde, I can't figure none of this out. I mean, somebody's going to have to help me here. I'm sorry. Anyway, well, it's early. It's only 10:18. I'm going to go ahead and end this live chat, and then tonight, if anything happens besides all these cats running around going crazy, then I'll turn around and go live again. Maybe we'll just have a chat tonight if nothing happens, okay? If everybody's bored. If I don't have activity, do you guys still want to go live tonight? Yeah, you did, Wayne. Okay. Alright, so that's what I'll do then. Hi, CA. Hi, all newbies. Welcome. Alright, yeah, it worked. It's ingenuity. You gotta figure out one way. If one way doesn't work, figure out another way. Alright, so I will go ahead and end this, and I'll talk to you guys later. And thank you very much. You guys were all very nice and kind to David, and I'm sure he'll be back because of it. Okay? Alright, guys. Oh, hi, Chev. Alright. Good night, guys. Love y'all. God bless. I'll talk to you later. No, I can't leave it on now. I got things to do. I'll be back, though. Okay, Christy, I got it. Alright, bye.